was a kid way back in the 60s, when dinosaurs like Pontiacs, Oldsmobiles, and Lyndon Baines Johnsons still roamed the earth. Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy were both still alive in 1966, the year I turned 9, the year that Batman premiered on ABC TV. Like a lot of 9-year-olds that year, I was really looking forward to that. But I was faced with a bit of a problem. Batman was going to be in living color, the big selling point at the time, roughly equivalent to in high definition today. And my family only had a black and white TV. I had one hope of seeing all the comic book colors come to life on the screen, and that was Grandma's house. My grandparents lived nearby and were the only people I knew, at whose house I was welcome anyway, who owned a color TV. I mounted a persuasive appeal that included everything from wild promises to whining to outright begging. Eventually, I convinced my parents to take me to Grandma's twice a week, from January until well into the spring. I was ecstatic. After the first episode, my folks found other stuff to do for that half hour, which quickly expanded to include dinner and the intervening hour or so until the 8 o'clock showtime. That meant that the week of the thunderstorm, they were unavailable for emergency evac. The sky grew very dark very fast while we ate dinner that Wednesday. It got even darker when the power went out. I grew more and more alarmed as 8 o'clock approached, as told by my grandpa's watch. No power, no Batman. I was devastated. A 9-year-old stuck in a house with 2 old people and no TV to fill the great chasm of years between us. To distract me from my misery, or more likely to stop my desolate whimpering, my grandpa took me out onto their front porch, where he sat in his rocker and I sat next to him. We stared out at the light show in the sky for a bit. Then he started to tell me stories about his life. He was a coal miner in Kentucky when the stock market crashed in 1929. Soon after, the Great Depression put him out of work. Being unmarried and unemployed, he decided to hop a freight train and see the country. He told me about the places he saw, the people he met in the hobo jungles where so many out-of-work people gathered to live when they lost their homes. After a while, my grandma came out and sat in her chair on my other side and told me about her mother, who was a Cherokee. I didn't know any of this. I probably never would have found out if the power hadn't gone off that day. My point is this. I can see reruns of Batman anytime I want to in living color. But my grandparents are gone now. All the stories from their lives are gone with them. The same is true of my dad. My mom is in her 80s, and she'll be gone sooner than I'd like. It's so easy to get caught up in the newest tech marvels, but technology is just stuff. Try to resist its siren call. Don't let it distract you from the really important things in life. The people who love you.